I've never seen so many dogs out, and I don't mean the ones that go woof woof. Whoa. Whoa. Ladies in hotels. Crazy author. Lady going through something. Hello, 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 hello world of the internet. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing well. I hope that wherever you are, you're not sweating. You're not sweating like I am. My arms will be down for the entirety of this video because I'm sure I have some stains. A light blue shirt in the middle of a heat wave. Daring. Very, very daring. So we're going to be talking about books that feel like summer, that feel like a summer heat wave. It's hot right now in New York City. I know that if you're in a different hemisphere, you might be a little cold, but I'm hot. Hopefully in more ways than one. I just want to talk about books that feel like really claustrophobic and hot. Like the consequences of our actions are just because it was too damn hot. That's the type of books that I want to talk about right now. So let's start with the book that I'm currently reading, which I think feels pretty summery, in my opinion. I am about halfway through it, but I'm oddly enjoying this. I don't think that this is a favorite book that I've ever read, but there's something about it that is just tugging at my heartstrings a little bit. What Am I, a Deer? By Polly Barton. I've made the joke before that it's very hard for me not to say Dolly Parton, okay? This book is so much more different than I think it's advertised as. It was advertised to me as a woman moving to Frankfurt, Germany, and she becomes obsessed with a guy that she sees on a train. She calls him the Umbrella Man, and she is simultaneously trying to justify how great karaoke is in her life and how basically we're all living a performance. It's very, very stream of consciousness, which usually, I've talked about it before on the channel, I think it has to be justifiable. It has to really feel like it's a perfect way of explaining the story as opposed to a vehicle to just make it feel like it's rambling and weird. At times this book feels like it is just stream of consciousness, and maybe that's how the author is able to get away with this very strange thesis that she's trying to convey. But oddly enough, I've been riding the subway a lot, as you do in New York City. I've been riding the subway and I've been very, very transfixed in this. I'm not sure how to explain it, but this feels like a great book to just sit and be outside and read and just feel very meditative, similar to how this character is feeling about her life. The author is primarily known as a translator of Japanese fiction, which I am really into Japanese fiction. I've been to Japan. I love Japan. Incredibly intelligent woman. A lot of her character mimics that world as well. Feels deeply personal, and I've oddly been having a really good time reading this book, so I'll keep you updated. I don't think this is going to be a favorite, but this is quite literally what I'm reading right now in the summer, and it feels good. It feels very, very good. And let me tell you what, summer feels like the perfect opportunity for me to expand my portfolio and create something engaging with my audience, which is why I'm so happy to be partnering with Brevo on today's video. Brevo is the go-to platform for growing businesses and is an all-in-one marketing and sales platform designed to grow through smarter customer relationships. It combines email marketing, SMS, chat, CRM, and marketing automation in one affordable tool, making it perfect for businesses that want powerful features without enterprise-level complexity or pricing. And Brevo is perfect for independent creators such as myself because its interface allows for easy-to-use automation features, reducing the time needed to juggle multiple solutions and repetitive tasks. And being a European company, Brevo is dedicated to data privacy and security standards, which is a huge benefit for me, who's somebody that is chronically online, whose life revolves around being online, and I'm sure that it is super important for you as well. And the generous free plan offers up to 300 emails a day forever, making it an easy and accessible platform for all and ensuring it's more affordable and predictable for the future of your business. And if you're a nerd like me, you can rest easy knowing the feature-rich tools will allow you to explore marketing, automation, transactional emails, detailed analytics, and more. I used to work retail for years, so my mind works in CRM and breaking down data and seeing foot traffic and everything like that. This is something that just makes my little brain tickle and wiggle and feel very happy. So if you would like to check out Brevo for yourself and expand your little summer activities, you can do so by clicking the link in my bio and using my code to get up to 50% off on their starter and standard plan for the first 3 months. Only applicable to new paying customers. Thank you so much again to Brevo for sponsoring today's video. Now let's get back to the books, the summer motivation. The next book that I want to talk about, and a book that I think I demand that you read, because this feels like the ultimate New York summer book, quite literally the claustrophobic heat wave book, Jazz by Toni Morrison. I read this in April or for May's book club for my Patreon book club. I loved this book. This is, from my understanding, this is part of the Beloved trilogy. This book is such an intelligent read. Oh my God. Oh my God. And what I find really fascinating about Toni Morrison is that she presents as outwardly this almost grandma. She looks so pure and so tentative and so calm. And then you read her prose and it is shockingly full of depth. I mean, not to say that you would doubt that, but it's just so aggressive and abrasive, and she just goes into the deepest crevices of the human mind and the human abilities. This follows so many different characters, and all of their stories are basically centered around a husband who cheats on his wife with an 18-year-old girl. There is, I think I'll also have to bleep that out for YouTube censorships. He murders his lover, and it follows the trajectory of everybody's lives who are affected. It goes into his wife's, her perception of the situation. It goes into neighbors. It goes all the way back into this history, this familial history that really fundamentally changed him as an adult and maybe swayed his decision to do this horribly graphic thing to this incredibly innocent girl. It takes place in Harlem during the Harlem Renaissance. So you have this intensity surrounding the musicality of how people are going through life. Then you have the backdrop of this heat and being in apartments, and the whole city plays a character as well. It's so beautiful, and it's such an unbelievable story, and nobody does it like Morrison, truly just delving into the depths of what people are capable of, and especially with the tied in with heat. It's so good, and this truly feels like a summer book to me. Truly, you feel it, you feel the haze of it as you're reading through it, and it's so good. So good. Stand by that. Love that. I thought I had a lot more books on this list, but I guess I don't, which is kind of upsetting, but I think that there's a theme of ladies going a little bit crazy. The next book that I want to talk about quite literally its title is about hate. It's a place associated with heat. It's Death Valley by Melissa Broder. I've been to Death Valley. I went in February. It was already about 85 degrees Fahrenheit. Hottest place on earth, right? Hottest place on earth. What a strange little phenomenon that is. And this book encapsulates what it feels like to be walking through the desert, to be hallucinating and trying to find any sort of semblance of normalcy. I also love Melissa Broder. To me, she is the ultimate lady going through something. Lady going through something. Love her stories. Love the characters that she creates. Love the wild, wild world that she has envisioned. Also, very, very interesting. I had to remind myself what this was about because I read it a while ago. But this follows a woman who checks herself into a Best Western and starts going through the desert and, like I said before, hallucinating and being visited by people and trying to deal with the complexities of being a caretaker. She starts talking to this cactus, having this strange outer body experience, I'm assuming caused by this incredibly disruptive heat in Death Valley. But I also think it's just putting somebody into a container of stress and pressure and trying to have them assimilate to day-to-day life. And I think that shows the repercussions of what it can do to you, what it can mentally stimulate in you. So this is what that book is. Not my favorite Broder. I definitely love The Pisces. Even Milk Fed is a little bit strange. I'm waiting, hoping and praying that my girl comes out with another book soon because I love her so much. I love her. I think she's so witty. But what I thought was really interesting was I read All Fours this year by Miranda July. Very similar situation. Woman going through something. The main character in that book also checks themselves into a hotel room and then starts this emotional spiral. So just ladies in hotels. Ladies, get to that hotel. Have that breakdown. You can do it. Come out stronger for it. But to be honest, hotel behavior doesn't count. When you're in a hotel room, your behavior does not count. I stand by that. I totally stand by that. Hotel behavior, not real. So after that, we're going to just get into some short stories. Well, short stories, one of them is narrative nonfiction from my understanding, and the other one is just a bunch of short stories. The first one that I want to talk about is primarily because this author is an outstanding, crazy author. Sorry for the lack of depthful and interesting words there, but this author is wild, wrote one of my favorite wild stories, and that is Fernanda Melchor. This is Miami is the book that I want to talk about for summer. If you want to get really crazy with it, I highly, highly suggest reading Hurricane Season. Whoa. That's all I'm going to say about that. That's all you need to know. Sorry, it's all you need to know. This is Miami is narrative nonfiction. It's all about crimes surrounding Miami. She really paints a human picture of people committing these crimes, really puts a backstory to these relatively well-known problems, right? You have drugs, you have, sorry, gonna have to say it again. Gonna have to bleep it out again. She's going into it and creating her own narrative with it. I think it's also the juxtaposition between the glitz of Miami. I've also been to Miami. I love Miami. I've never seen so many dogs out. And I don't mean the ones that go woof woof. I mean the ones that are your feet. So many people are willy-nilly out in flip-flops in Miami. And I get it. But it's crazy to me to see it as a New Yorker because I think wearing flip-flops in the city is one of the nastiest things in the world. When I first moved here, there's two important things that women taught me. One of them was a girl I met. She was half French and half Italian, and she said, the most important thing that a woman can have is a scent. And the second one was a girl that I worked retail with, and she said, never wear flip-flops in the city. And those are the two most important things that were imparted on me when I first moved to New York City, and I hope that I can impart them onto you. Miami, dogs are out. Anyway, I think that Melchor is really trying to, again, parallel this picture-perfect idea of Miami and the glitz and the glam and really highlight how sad and how removed from reality we can be when we have this imagery in our head of something. This is not my favorite book, but I put this on here because Miami's hot. After that, the last book that I want to talk about, and this is just a crazy book, and I think about this book literally all the time, and I don't really know why, because this wasn't a massive standout for me, but I think about these weird little twisted stories. Some of them crazy have stuck out to me for a while, and that is A Sunny Place for Shady People by Mariana Enriquez. Enriquez, known for a lot of different books. The Dangers of Smoking in Bed, quite a library of books that people love, and I would love to get more into her books. This is just all short stories. How funny, though. How funny. A lot of these are dealing with witchcraft and ghosts, and a couple of them go really into body horror, which I love to explore in a book. They're all kind of just playing with the idea of people going through something. Brash decisions. I would almost say that this one could go into October spooky dooky. These read very quickly. I think it's a good accompaniment to take to the beach. I think it's a good book to just finish one story, think about it for a while. Think about your actions. Think about what this story gave you. And I think that that's the ultimate book to read in the summer, is when you can just tap out of it for a little bit and then tap back in. And these short stories were good. A lot of them were stronger than others. We know this when we approach a short story collection, but I think the spooky dookiness of it, the weirdness of it, is a relatable experience going through the summer when everything feels so hot and you really can't pay attention to a massive book. That's what I love about a short story collection, and I will read a lot of short stories in the summertime, so that's why I recommend this book. Yeah. I think that makes sense. Let me know what books you're reading this summer. I wish I had more escape books. I wish I had more fun books. But right now, summer to me feels not like my favorite time of year. I love the summer. I love the feeling of the sun on my skin. But my mind and my body is screaming at me. It's screaming at me. That's what I recommend for just a little bit of a crazy, wacky time of year. Those are the books that I recommend. Yeah, let me know what you're reading. Anyway, you guys are wonderful. You're fabulous. Thank you so much for being here. I will see you in the next one. Cada día doy la
gracia ser